Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to listen the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, empty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of seconds to extract the items from the box and subsequently flaunt them in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. What items have I prompted? What items have I extracted? What items have I drawn force? Let's find out. The box is not devoid of its contents. It can be relegated to the trash. It can be consigned to the trash. There's no pragmatic use anymore. That went awry. Nonetheless, we have the shoes. Now, what shoes are these, you may ask? These apparently are the New Balance M999 V3 sneakers. These are size 14E, so they're extra wide sneakers, apparently. Are these shoes a paradigm of resound perfection? Are they the epitome of resound perfection? Are they the embodiment of resound perfection? Let's find out. They're immaculate. They're impeccable. They're in mint condition. They're in pristine condition. They're unscathed. They're not marred with scuffs, nor scratches, nor dings, nor dents. Look at them. Meticulously analyze them down to the nitty-gritty details in order... Let me revamp that. Meticulously analyze them down to the nitty-gritty details and determine for yourself how epic these shoes are. That sounded atrocious and egregious and abysmal and appalling, but let's move on. So, we have black aesthetics coupled with white aesthetics. I love the hues integrated on the shoe. I love the inner sole. It's comfortable. I take solace in putting these on. These shoes are homogeneous to my other shoes, with the difference of my former sneakers being gray and these ones being black and white. The sole seems to be gray though, but the exterior, the outer design is black and white. At least that's what I can ascertain from seeing it firsthand. I believe this is the outer sole or the outsole. And it's quite rough and rigid and sturdy and bulky. The insole is comfortable, the outsole is not. New Balance churned out these sneakers. I recollect paying $118 in order to procure these shoes via eBay. I only utilize 2 pairs of shoes. One encompasses my sandals, other one encompasses my sneakers. These will likely be replaced in a year or two. So when these become decimated, when these become dilapidated, when these become dismantled and shoddy and worn out, then I'll replace them with the same pair, so they'll be displaced in the pending years. But for now, I'm going to relish them and utilize them. So here they are once again, size 14 extra wide, the New Balance sneakers with variation of shoes are these. These are the M990 V3 sneakers. They come in black, navy, or gray. So I had a decision to make, and I chose to purchase the black version of these sneakers. If you get the other versions, they're practically homogeneous to one another. The only difference between them is a color scheme, but other than that, they're practically the same. These shoes are comfortable, they'll stretch out over time, and they don't induce pain. They are versatile. They were likely made for under $20. That's my arbitrary assumption. And they're just a riot to use. They look epic. They don't feel coarse, nor rigid, nor rough, especially on the inside. And I mean, that's pretty much everything I want to divulge and notify you of. I'm sorry if this video feels a bit vapid, but there's not much to say here. I don't know much about shoes. That's not my area of expertise. What else? Knowing the anatomy of shoes is not my forte. That's not my domain. That's not my niche. Knowing how to repair shoes is not part of my repertoire. So if these become decimated, I'll just need to replace them and not strive to get them fixed. And I guess I'm content with my purchase and decision. I have no qualms about it. I will hopefully be able to obtain a homogeneous pair in a couple years when these shoes become dilapidated and worn out. So I guess I'll just relish using them while I can. I'll revel in using them. Do you revel in using shoes, or do you detest your sneakers? These are the best sneakers in my opinion. I've been wearing the same pair for I think 6 or 7 years. Now, of course, when my shoes become decimated, I need to replace them, but I just buy the same version over and over again. So I found one that I'm content with, so I'll just stick with it until I can't find it via online anymore. If I can't find it online, then it will impel me to buy another type of sneaker. But until the inventory for these sneakers is completely depleted, then I'll just repurchase the same shoe. So here are the shoes once again. They're being flaunted in the limelight. Here are the glorious sneakers. I never had the black variant of these sneakers, so I guess this will be a new, novel, unprecedented experience in my life, albeit a vapid one. There's not too much glamour in this, but at least I get to try a product that I'm more acclimated with, that is in a different color scheme. So I admire the hues, I admire the aesthetics, I admire the elegance of these shoes. They look refined. They are refined. And I don't mind embellishing them because I've reveled in using them for a plethora of years. So my track record with these shoes is perfect. I need to safeguard these shoes and preserve them, and hope they can last at least 2 or 3 years. I'm discontent with replacing them every year and a half, but if I can have a harmonious relationship with these shoes, then maybe they can last at least 2 or 3 years, but who knows. My other ones are decimated and destroyed, and I treated them gingerly, but not to the extent that an infatuated... No, I treated them gingerly, but not to the extent that an avid shoe collector was. So, in other words, when it rains, when I'm playing sports, perhaps I should abstain from utilizing these shoes. On the other hand, if I desist from utilizing these shoes, then I'm not gaining as much utility from them, so perhaps I'll just wear them constantly and not worry about what transpires in the pending future. Whatever ensues will ensue. And I can't preclude every issue, but I can use my products, so why not avail myself of the opportunity to use the shoes? Why preclude myself from enjoying my products when it's unnecessary? So here are the shoes once again. They're not abysmal, they're not egregious, they're not appalling, they're not atrocious, they're not dreadful. They epitomize perfection, in my humble opinion. So those are my sentiments, those are my opinions. That's my unboxing video of the shoes. The box has no pragmatic use. It can be disposed of, and the shoes will be retained. So hopefully glorious moments are ahead. I hope that you deemed this video to be enthralling and insightful. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.